excited about for this visit is that the American Trail Running Association, or ATRA, is really starting to look at elevating the everyday trail runner. For a long time, they have been featuring the elite professional paper thin trail runners, and now they're going to get a taste of who else is out here on the trail. So I'm really excited to be advocating for that. Super grateful that they're here capturing our story, and they're going to be following us into the creek crossing. Speaking about the creek crossing, as I mentioned in my previous email or my previous WhatsApp message to you all, we are going to be crossing through a creek, so we're going to get wet, probably up to the knee, and then we'll have a short run and talk about a few skills or techniques to be aware of, a little bit of trail etiquette, and then we're going to go over to the visitor center to have ourselves a nice wildlife ranger talk. When and if you are out on a run and your trail is washed out and there's nowhere else to go but through, you understand how to navigate safely through. The other thing is that if it's too much to navigate, you know what to do in that instance. So maybe that means you turn around. Maybe that means you find another way around it without going through the creek. And so reasons that you wouldn't want to go through the creek for safety's sake is if the water is moving too quickly or it's too high. You want to be able to see well into the surface, right? Or well into the floor of the creek, right? Because if the water is rushing, it could be rushing or carrying with it all kinds of stuff like old box springs, wood shards, rusty nails. We just don't know. So you want to be able to water moccasins. No, but you want to make sure that you can see what's in the water, and you want to be able to navigate it safely. So I'm going to invite you all to find a stick that will support your weight. That's maybe 4 feet tall or so. So you don't want to rush in. You want to just kind of check out what's happening. The water is relatively low. So you want to take your stick ahead of you. And the reason we keep our shoes on is to keep our feet safe, right? If you're wearing wicking socks, your feet will dry out eventually if you're going several miles, like beyond the creek, okay? The other thing is, as you go, you want to make sure that you have safe, stable footing before you take your next step. So using the stick to help you with your balance, to also help you gauge the depth, is important. So make sure you reach out before you to feel how deep it is, and then step carefully. Make sure your foot is solid, and then step again. Okay? Yes?
Hey, Kristen, lately you have to go through water in races? Some of them.
Some, yeah. Some races do have creek crossings. Yes. And because Colorado sometimes has lots of rain, lots of runoff in the spring, some trails are washed out. And it will be part of your run to go through the creek or to find a different route. And here is a great place to practice it because we get to ask all the questions, go very slowly, and have a good stick. All right, so come on. Now the rocks, you'll notice, are very slick. So make sure you have solid footing. Oh, and there's a deer down there. Careful, safety first. Doing great, Jill. Very nice.
Yeah.
Look at that awesome stick.
You got this. Oh, he loves it. He loves it.
So I'm new to trail running. I definitely wanted to try creek crossing, which is actually kind of feels good. And yeah, excited to be out here with other women on the trails, gaining my confidence.
It's great fun to learn with other women. I'm mostly a road runner, and so trail running is pretty new to me. So I'm trying to learn all these different techniques so eventually I can run a race, a trail running race. So that's why I'm here.
Like the trail running clinic.
I loved it. We saw deer, snake, and lots of mosquitoes. Clinics are great. Every time I walk away, I'm more excited to be a trail runner, to be with all these amazing women, and new experiences every time that can't plan for. So it's fabulous.